The National Youth Entrepreneurship Research Study is a very exciting opportunity to look at the attitudes of young people concerning entrepreneurship and starting their own businesses. And actually it's really exciting because it's both a comparative between Ontario and British Columbia. We had a really great forum on July 25th in Toronto, which is Ontario-based, and there were a lot of people that came out, about 50 participants from different parts of Ontario, and they had a lot to say, and it was very exciting.
We brought young people together from across Ontario to talk about issues in youth entrepreneurship and starting small businesses. We wanted to do this because we noted that a lot of young people are interested in government jobs and jobs with big businesses, but we thought there might be a social issue here. There might be an issue that needs addressing. Perhaps innovation can be addressed through youth entrepreneurship programs, and perhaps the new service economy can be better served if we had more youth entrepreneurs. So we wanted to dig deeper into the issue, find out what young people themselves were thinking.
And just this past week, the last week of August, I was actually in Vancouver and Surrey and surrounding areas in BC, and I had an opportunity to do a whole bunch of focus groups and meet with different people there as well. And it's really interesting to see the differences and contrasts between Ontario and BC. And we're going to be publishing a report which will be out in the fall, so I definitely encourage everybody to pick up a copy of the report and look at the research that Decode has done in partnership with the Ontario Association of Youth Employment Centres.
I have a pool service company.
And I am a young entrepreneur. I have 2 businesses.
I own a company in Toronto called Culture Media. I started a summer company this summer.
My business is Edge of Your Seat, and I restore furniture.
And I run a company called Crystal Clear Windows and Eaves Cleaning.
I'm a DJ as well as a co-founder and part owner of Good Boy Clothing.
I have my own company. It's called Daniela Granner Paintings. I think that youth entrepreneurship is a growing area of interest for young people, especially young people that are working in the arts. And I think it's allowing young people to sort of be autonomous and take control of their economic future and do things kind of in their own terms.
It's freeing, it's liberating. It gives you a sense of having control of your own life, of your own finances and your destiny. And I think that's something that young people are not embracing so much nowadays, and they need to be encouraged to do.
It sparks innovation, it sparks progress just in society in general, and I think it's a very positive thing.
Entrepreneurship is a really important part of the Canadian economy. I think with the changes that we see in our cities and our countryside, entrepreneurship is more and more important to different cities and towns and their economies. And so the more we can do to encourage it, I think the better everyone will be.
It builds a lot of character and strength in people.
If you have a good idea, it can be like really good because like you're your own boss. It's the best job there could ever be, really.
I think if more youths can get into it, that'd be fantastic because the youth, we're the leaders of tomorrow, and I think if we can all start to get into this and just go for it, that we will definitely create a better future for ourselves.
For a lot of youth who might be marginalized or not have a lot of options, same thing. It's an amazing sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Path that they can follow because they can do what they love, learn from adults who know it better, and at the same time earn cash.
People are getting into it at a very young age, maybe younger than in the past where people might have waited until they were, had finished education or maybe were in their 20s before starting a business.
I think it could use some more exposure. I know that when I was in high school, which was a little over 10 years ago, I didn't know that entrepreneurship was an option for me. So I went on to post-secondary school. And it wasn't actually until recently that I discovered that it was something I could do.
A lot of young people are working on service industries, so whether it's painting or starting up auto repair, these sorts of things. A lot of service industries going on out there, and that's because that reflects the way the economy's going. That's where the jobs are.
You know what, I've seen like so many various ideas from people creating little products to coming up with interesting services. It's just so across the board, like creativity is endless and limitless. So
Generally today, I notice that things are more going to the service industry route rather than making an actual good, but hopefully there's still some innovative ideas with goods.
Mainly service-based, I'd say. Coming from my own experience, I have a pool service company. Several youth business oriented around that kind of industry, services and such.
But then, you know, you always come across a lot of young people with really cool ideas, taking an old idea, making it really amazing, and so to encourage that kind of innovation too is what we're about.
Most common I've heard is to run a restaurant.
Usually probably clothing stores and like do something creative.
Music video, anything to do with media. I find a lot of youth do as far as that goes.
Well, there's like the unrealistic ones that just don't ever work out, or like the hot dog stands or whatever.